Find y prime for the function. Make sure to fully simplify your answer. So this equation, we could choose to solve this for the variable y, get the y variable by itself, and have x, a function of x entirely on the other side of the expression. But in this case, it's not really necessary since all we want to do is find the derivative. The process of implicit differentiation allows us to do this without making any changes to it. All we have to do is just assume y is a function of x and that there is some algebra that we could do to get y by itself, and then just use the chain rule as it's stated. So let's see how to do this. The first term in the expression that we would need to find the derivative of would be this term 3y squared minus 1 to the fourth. And this would invoke the chain rule in of itself because I have an inner function of 3y squared minus 1 and an outer function of the fourth power. Let's handle that chain rule first. So we bring the 4 down, leave the inside part alone, subtract 1 from the exponent, and then multiply by the derivative of the inside part. Well, the inside part is 3y squared minus 1. So its derivative is going to be 6y times dy dx. And the reason that's the case is because we're assuming y is some function of x, but we don't have it expressed in a way that we can work with it explicitly. So we just assume its derivative is dy dx. Going to the next term, minus 3x to the fifth, we don't involve any y variables, so the derivative of this is pretty straightforward. It's just 15x squared, found by, 15x to the fourth, found by bringing the exponent down and subtracting 1 from that exponent. We don't have to put dy dx next to this because we're not differentiating a function of y. The constant 1 has a derivative of 0, so we let that go to 0, and this is equal to 0. Now we just need to clean this up and get dy dx by itself. So let's see, I could take 6 and 4, multiply that, make this 24y times 3y squared minus 1 to the third dy dx equals 15x to the fourth, just bringing the negative 15x to the fourth to the other side by adding it over. And lastly, I can get dy dx by itself by dividing 24y times the quantity 3y squared minus 1 cubed over. So 15x to the fourth all over 24y times 3y squared minus 1. Now, this problem did state to fully simplify your answer. I would be perfectly fine with this as an answer, but fully simplified, one thing that I do notice is there's a shared factor of 3 in the numerator and denominator. So 15 divided by 3 would give me 5. 24 divided by 3 would give me an 8. So the most simplified form would take that out. But like I said, it's not something that I would specifically take points off for on an exam.